Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra and I'm an English teacher in Thailand. And today it's a beautiful day, sun in the sky, beautiful clouds, and I feel really happy. I feel positive and I want to talk about something positive today. So I'm about to tell you about 5 things I really love about living in Thailand. And the first point of discussion is people. That's important when you travel or you decide to live in the country. It's important who you're going to be surrounded with, and local people are amazing. They are always smiley, they are welcoming, they are always positive. They radiate the positivity despite of the conditions they live in, despite of the life they lead. And that's something really inspiring to me as Ukrainian, because if you didn't know, in our country it's kind of a little weird if you smile to people you don't know, especially when you walk in the streets. So here I have that freedom of smiling to whoever I see in front of me, and this is good because that's my personality. I am a positive person and I like to smile. So when I smile and I get the smile back, that's a really reassuring experience. So for me, that was important. Other things that I can mention about local people are they are very generous. In during my life in Thailand, within the last, how long has it been so far? Like 18, 19 months, I've experienced their generosity. I'll give you an example. So I already told you in one of my previous videos about the story with my bike. I got it in this town where I am now, but I used to live 30 minutes from here. So I didn't know at the time what electro bikes were and how long they could actually hold the charge. Well, I was a newbie. But I realized it pretty quickly because halfway, almost, okay, 2/3 of the way to my town where I stayed, my battery almost died. So I kind of stopped in the middle of the road. And the people who, yes, I met almost every single day, my neighbors, so I walked by them every back and forth when I was going to school or somewhere. So they remembered my face and they remembered me smiling to them. Circling back to what I said about smiling to people. And what they did, they were passing by me, standing in the middle of, like, on the side of the road with my electro bike. So they saw me, they recognized me, obviously, because I'm a foreigner. Like, how many foreigners do you have in that area? Not many, I'll tell you that, because that's kind of rural area. So they recognized me and they stopped. So they picked up me, they picked up my bike, and majority of local people in the rural area, they actually have pickup trucks. So that was understandable. And even though their pickup truck was full with some stuff, they still found the space. They kind of cleaned up a little bit of the space to put my bike in. Then they put me in the car and they took me all the way home. So they didn't charge me. They didn't ask for anything in return. They just displayed the sheer generosity of their nation, of their hearts. And I was really, really grateful for that. And, like, I'm not paying forward, but I'm paying back always by being respectful and generous if I have an opportunity to the local people as well. So right before I came to Thailand, I spent 11 and a half years of my life in the UAE. So in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, these are the two emirates that I was at the time. I can say that the country has a lot of restrictions, and that was something that, well, it did bother me because I do like to feel free in every aspect of my life. But what I was really not comfortable with is the freedom of expressing yourself, your sexuality. So that is a really forbidden topic there. It's absolutely banned. And during my time working at Apple, I saw it literally playing out in front of me when the first time we brought the bands, the rainbow bands, into the display, and we were selling them for some time until some high local authority person walked into the store. They saw those bands and they decided that those bands were inappropriate for the country. They were inappropriate for the local culture. And then they complained, and literally within a week, all the bands were gone from the display. Not even within a week, I think within a couple of days they were gone from the display. And then eventually they were gone even from the online store. So you cannot purchase any of the rainbow bands in the UAE at all for your Apple Watch. So that was one of the things that I was really uncomfortable in the UAE. When I came to Thailand, 1 year after I came to Thailand, the local authorities, they accepted the same-sex marriage, and it's it was like a natural consequence of the policies and the acceptance that the people have in this country. Because, as you know, yes, there are dark sides of life in here in Thailand, especially when it comes to some parts of tourism, let's put it that way. But I'll tell you that people are very accepting, and I saw it so openly and so clearly in the school where I work, where uh, people, boys and girls, they could express their sexuality very openly. They could state who they were. They could accept themselves for who they are. And they could also, if the guy feels that he wants to put a makeup on his face, the guys were literally doing it before my class. Like when I came once into the classroom, I saw them like finishing their makeup touches. And it was liberating, and that's what I really, really appreciate about the local culture, that people feel free to be themselves, to accept themselves for who they are. I think it also reflects a lot in the local media. What I mean is, yes, they do have Thai TV shows, Thai series. There are lots of lakorn. So basically, the drama series is called lakorn here. This is in Thai language. That's a funny story. I'll tell you later, maybe, or how I discovered what it means, dorama, lakorn, all of this. So that was really funny for me. But anyway, so yes, there are lots of heterosexual oriented stories. But at the same time, Thailand right now is, I think, the biggest platform, the biggest country to host BL community. So there is the whole now conveyor of producing those TV shows with the boys' love in the center of the story. So this is something that I really appreciate about living in Thailand, the openness and acceptance. And being myself a white, straight woman, I don't think I ever experienced any discrimination except for when it came to my nationality. But for me, why I am so kind of focused on this aspect here in this country is because I love freedom. I love freedom. I like to feel comfortable, and freedom makes my soul feel comfortable. And if you are relating to what I'm saying right now, then you will feel really, really comfortable living in this country as well. If you think that I didn't like my life in the UAE, you got the wrong idea. I did. And that's why I spent there 11 and a half years of my life. I would say pretty happy 11 and a half years of my life. But in Thailand, I feel more free. And that was one of the reasons I moved in here for. But at the same time, within my life in the UAE, I got accustomed and used to a lot of really, really good things that I didn't even have in my own country because it wasn't part of the culture. And I was really happy when I discovered that one of those things is actually in Thailand, and it is a part of the local culture. It is literally all around the country. And I was really happy that it is here. And that's it. This was the first thing familiar to me after the moment I landed in Thailand. And I was so happy because I got used to it. And every time I traveled, let's say to Europe, it wasn't there and I felt uncomfortable. Why is it important? Because it keeps you clean and fresh. It gives you that really nice feeling. And yes, I do prefer it to be day. And I have a funny story. So basically, when I changed the school and the first week of teaching, I was basically introducing myself to my students, and I was asking them what they like, what they don't like. Obviously, I told them what I like and I don't like, and just to kind of initiate the exchange of information. I am telling you, the overwhelming amount of students who said they liked the water hose, they called it butt hose. Maybe that's how they call it in Thai language. I don't know. Local people love it too. They appreciate it, however young or old they are. And I am with them on this. Well, another thing that I really love about Thailand is that I will never be hungry here, because food is literally everywhere. And it is very affordable. So whatever taste you have, whatever desire you have for food at the moment, you can find food for your taste and desire anywhere. You can find it in the restaurants, you can buy it online, you can find it in the supermarkets, and 7-Eleven being the biggest chain in the country has a pretty good variety of food there too. But the most easy to find variety of food is on the streets, the stalls. So local people love to just have their motorcycles adjusted to be a moving stall, moving food stall, and then they have a spot, and you can find either a noodle stall or a rice stall or an ice cream stall, or there are some new things for me I also discovered here. So there's like some of them are meatballs, some of them are tofu based kind of balls, and they were being placed on a stick. So those little kind of barbecue sticks with pieces of tofu or meat, and they're being either fried or grilled. And basically you can find food for any taste. You can find sweets, you can find main course, you can find salads, anything. You just need to be tolerant to the food you're buying. And personal advice, make sure it's well cooked right in front of you, because there is a lot of cases of people being food poisoned. So I was thinking, should I put this point as the last point in my discussion, or should I put it the one before the last? And I decided to put it the one before the last because I think I need to focus on more positive things. But this is also positive. So I'm going to talk about the cost of living in here. To lay it out in front of you as plain and clear as I can, let's put it that way. A standard minimum salary of a foreign English teacher in the country is approximately $1,000, and you can live on this money. That's it. That's all you need to know. But if you want a bit of more explanation, here you go. You can rent the place, a pretty decent place. You can afford food that you want. You can eat out all the time, like I do, because local residences, they're not really equipped for cooking. But anyway, I've been doing it for more than a year now, and I'm fine. So you can eat out. You can shop online for clothes, shoes, and appliances, and it's going to be very much affordable. I have my subscriptions, which are way lower here. Like, for example, I do Netflix, and I subscribed here in Thailand, and it costs me approximately 150 baht. So it is about $4, something like that, a month. Yes, I do have only 1080p content. I don't have 4K, but I watch it on a screen of my computer most of the time, which is good enough. I'll tell you that, because even if I watch something on 480p, it's still looking good enough. Anyway, the point is, you can live on this money. It is affordable. If you do have some extra job, you can also start saving. If you bring money with you, you can basically have some extra things that you want to do, you want to experience here, you want to buy here. It depends on why you come into the country. But for me, the reality of my life is I have to live here. So considering the basic salary that I get, and I can already afford living here on the basic salary, well, I feel pretty good about the cost of living here. Now, the final point of my discussion today is the beauty of the country. And I think it's more important than the cost of living, because not everybody comes here to live, but a lot of people come here to visit. And if you have more than 3 days to just, like jump and hop on different kind of places to just have a quick look, that's not what this country needs from you. Try to plan a trip for at least a week and dedicate that week to one place, because this country has natural beauty from different perspectives. Like, it has mountains, it has the sea, it has the rural area, it has the big cities. You will have different experiences. You will have amazing time in every single place. So I think it is worth dedicating more than 3 days to one place and each place, But if you are coming here to teach, then you will have an opportunity to visit all those places, basically on your school holidays, of course. You can also just visit the nearby places of where you stay at the moment, like a quick jump into nearing city, for example, because not everybody gets into the school that is in the big city. You can live somewhere next to the big city, not far away from it, but you will have a really close proximity to the city, so you can go and visit it from time to time. For example, I live in between Bangkok and Hua Hin, so I have a really a like variety of choices. I can go 3.5 hours to Hua Hin, or I can go 2.5 hours to Bangkok, and I can experience both places. And Hua Hin is the city with the sea, and Bangkok is the bustling and hustling megapolis. So whatever I have in mind, whatever I crave for, I can basically do it within a day or two, and that's pretty possible. And that's what a lot of people who come to teach here do on a regular basis. Yes, you will need more money than your salary for all of these experiences. So that's why I gave you the previous point. If you're actually interested in the kind of economics of living here, I can dedicate one of my next videos to that. And if you are interested, put the question down below in the comment section. But for today, I wanted to thank you all for listening to me. And I'll see you in the next one.